Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another Night of Terror here on Bard and Barbarian. We are here with the cast of Iron Dust and Blood. We're playing Call of Cthulhu Down Darker Trails. We've had an eventful couple months with this crew, and we're going to get right into that in just a moment. But first, we want to point out a little special bar down at the bottom of the overlay there. It says, bring pain to the party. So we're setting up a donation bar. This is probably going to be consistent across most of our channels moving forward. And you have the opportunity to bring pain to the party. So every time we hit $50 on the donation goal, the party will face an automatic failure of my choosing. So it could have some tumultuous and hilarious consequences. And knowing me, because I do know me, it will probably be at inopportune times, especially when the characters feel like they really got this down, and then I'm just gonna pull the rug right out from underneath them because I enjoy that.
Or no.
I enjoy
you rapscallion.
It brings joy to my cold dead heart.
Schadenfreude.
Yeah. Germans have the best words. So real quick before we get started, let's meet our cast. Let's start with Mags Monroe.
Well, hello there. My name is Emily, and tonight I am playing the role of Miss Magnesium, or Mags Monroe. I feel like I give kind of the same taste of an intro for her every time. So rather than focusing on her love of dynamite and her hatred of men, this time I'm going to focus on her love of vests.
Vests? Oh, okay.
She's very into them.
Does she have a collection?
Oh, yeah.
No, she doesn't, because her house burned down.
Oh, got him. So I'm sure Lewis helped get him out. It's probably.
He was wearing them all, and it just made him extra flammable.
Yeah,
Oh my god!
You can't do that. It's so mean.
Poor Lewis.
I wasn't even there for that episode, so
No,
I think I can say what I want.
If there's one thing you can say about Lewis, he's always willing to risk his neck for other people.
I knew you were gonna
Oh, man.
That's good.
kill
That's good.
Mason's
If you
character.
don't know what we're talking about, I highly recommend going back to YouTube and watching some of the early...
Go to the YouTube.
Go to the YouTubes and watch some of the
Go to
early
YouTube.
shows. Go to the YouTube. Next up is the indomitable Ulrich Wolf.
Indomitable. That's good. That is good. Yes, so I'm Lord Fancy. I play Ulrich Wolf, the stalwart bounty hunter. And... Sorry. Are we doing...
Yep. Who
we doing
you
an intro
are.
of our character?
Yeah, your character, and then just a brief who you are.
I feel like I mess this up every other week.
Is this your first time here?
Yeah, he's.
I'm new here, in case you didn't notice. New haircut, new me. So that's how that goes. Yes, Lord Fancy, I play Ulrich Wolf. He is a badass, and so am I. If you like this kind of roleplay thing, I do the same thing on my channel. So I'll see you there. Diana, you know what?
What'd she do?
Nothing. I did nothing.
Just
nothing.
put
Nothing
me
at
down,
all.
man.
Shut-
Every chance, she puts me down. But yeah, I'm really excited for tonight. I'm excited to have the whole group back together again. It's been too long.
It has been a minute. And next up is Sheriff Dallas Dress, the entity formerly known as Sheriff.
Yeah. Hey, everybody. My name is Mason Dula. That's really all you need to know. You can find me. It's DULA, if you don't know. MASON DULA on the Twitter and stuff. Bunch of fun projects and things coming up. But tonight I'm playing Dallas Rex. I wasn't here last episode, so I don't know what happened, and I purposely didn't watch the episode because I didn't want to know. And I'm
That's
excited.
wonderful.
I'm very excited to see what has happened.
It's gonna make for some exciting roleplay right at the beginning. Everybody's terrified. That's how I like it.
They
And
just come out,
we just scream for an hour. That's the first half of this.
And last but not least, Miss Maybelle Monroe.
Hey everybody, I'm Diana. This is my channel, so you probably know who I am. Tonight I'm playing Miss Maybelle Monroe. You might know her as Maybelle Monroe. She doesn't like vests. In fact, that's part of the reason why she and Ulrich just haven't gotten along up until this point. He wears vests, and that's not her thing. She doesn't trust a man in a vest.
What about a woman in a vest?
That's just hot.
Agreed.
Science.
Science. Hashtag science.
I got nothing to add to that.
And I am your dungeon master, storyteller person for this whatever game we're playing.
Keeper.
Keeper? No, wait.
Yes.
No,
Yeah,
Keeper.
Keeper of the keys.
Yeah. Keeper for this here group of ragamuffins. And when we last left our characters, they had discovered a mine that Maybelle now owns because she has the deed, a silver mine, and they were rescued from the cold winter snows by a man named Albin Porowski, who he talked a lot like this, and he loved his new visitors. And you know what? I'm going to let them tell the tale. So they descended into the mine. The door slammed shut in Sheriff Rex's face. And the next thing he knows, there's a massive boom, crashing and shaking of the entire mountainside. And then the door slams open as Maybelle, Mags, and Ulrich come tumbling out of the mine.
Point of clarification. How dramatic of an exit is it? Is it like there's like a whoosh of like ash or something? Like, or is it just they open the door and close it?
Well, when they open the door, they do come with they're covered in smoke and dust and dirt, and there is a cloud that kind of billows out as well, as if there was an explosion.
Yeah, as you all make your way out, you probably see like scattered broken pieces of chair and thing. As I've tried to like various different things to bash the door down, I just kind of stop mid-swing with one of the things in my hands. That didn't sound too good.
Oh god. Thank goodness you're all right.
Thank goodness you guys are all right.
Where have you been?
Trying to get. Where have you been?
You saw us go in.
Yeah, but then the door shut in front. I don't know which one of you shut it, but it shut right in my face.
Albin was... something wasn't right down there. There was this black ick traveling around down in the tunnels. We found those bodies. Wouldn't stay down.
What about our friend? Did he make it up?
Well, we kicked his psychopathic ass down a hole and tossed some dynamite in after him.
Oh, good call.
It had to be done.
I no
No
longer
arguments
own a silver mine. You know, that was a good 3 hours. But, you know how we've been seeing some weird stuff the past couple of months?
Yeah.
It was more of the same.
Oh, okay. Well,
Dead
you all...
won't die.
Yeah.
Alden wasn't Alden.
Left my knife down there.
You aren't gonna go back and get it, are you?
Whole thing collapsed. It's gone now.
Like I said, we had a silver mine.
Did we manage to get anything out?
Our lives.
Well, the man's got a store of silver. I'm gonna head on over to where I had discovered it before. Move the floorboard. You can take this at least.
That's better than nothing. That still doesn't help us get out of here, though.
We can't stay here. We can't. What if one of those things survived? What if it
I want
comes
to get as
grab
far
us
away
next?
from this place as possible.
I think we should take as much of these supplies and procurements that he had stockpiled for ourselves, hitch up the horses, burn this whole thing down, and leave it behind us. It's the only thing that seemed to have an effect on those things.
I'm likely to incline to Mr. Ulrich's request. I don't want to be here any longer, Dallas. I want to get out as fast as we can.
Yeah, I've got no objections to burning things down and leaving this place behind.
So, we agree then. Keeper, did Alden have horses of his own, or is it just Gatlin horse that we have?
You had, you all had 4 horses
did?
when you came back out. Yeah.
Oh, great, cool. Nothing to worry about.
Right, yeah, 4.
One of them
We
is
had left
Gatlin
them-
horse.
We had left them with the good Neanderthals. So they managed to make it.
Friend rocks.
Yeah, friend rocks.
Yeah.
Does it look like there, in any of the trunks, were there sets of clothing?
Yep, there was the clothes. Actually, all the personal effects and everything were still in there.
Is there anything that looks like it might fit me?
Everything is gonna be big on you.
Right.
It was all made for big burly men.
Cool. Great. I'm gonna try and find something that is as close to Maybell sized as possible, and probably swap it out for the very tattered, ripped, torn to shit dress that I am still currently wearing.
You're able to find a pair of pants and shirt that you can roll the legs up and roll the sleeves and cinch the waist down.
That's everyone is searching for more important things that we need to actually survive when we leave. I'm concerned about my outfit. So.
It's
Are
fair.
there any sleds or sleighs or anything like that? Probably not a sleigh, but any sleds?
No, not in here for sure.
All right, I'm gonna head out by the horse stable hitch and look around there.
You don't find any sleds or skis or anything like that. It doesn't look like they were necessarily prepared for this kind of weather.
Okay. Well, it doesn't seem to be a simple way to load up a lot of this stuff. Ain't got any sleds or nothing. So anything that we can take, we're gonna have to carry ourselves and put on the horses.
I mean, you do have a blacksmith and a someone that is handy. They might be able to tear apart some barn doors or something like that and rig up some sort of skid.
Well, I don't want to have all the ideas.
Yeah, I was gonna say I knew we had Mags with us, and at least a few wooden things around. So, seeing as how I already did part of the work and broke a bunch of the chairs down, we can maybe use those as like some of the supports and make a little sled. I don't know. I'm throwing it out there, Keeper. I don't know if she has nails and stuff, or if we're SOL here.
I feel like I would have some of that on my person.
And there was a large stockpile of shovels and that other corner where to the left of the door going in, there was sledgehammers and the mining tools that they needed to help build out the structure inside there.
Yeah. And I got my hammer and tools. Capable woman.
And Maybell is somewhat of an inventor, if I recall correctly.
I won't
That's true.
focus on the practical stuff until someone tells me to stop thinking about creature comforts. Like, I'm going around and gathering up like blankets and all the little touches of home that would help us be more comfortable on the road.
Somebody's got them.
All right. Well, look, our friend is gone. Nobody's going to complain. As you can see, I've already started the demolition of this place, so maybe we just take what we need, rip up floorboards, whatever we need to do to make something to help us get through this, because we got a long way to go.
Fashion something.
Mags, that's really more your realm. Maybe Belly got a bit more of a brain for engineering than I think Ulrich or I do, but
Yeah, well, I mean, give me a good hour. I can definitely get something going here.
Do any of y'all drink tea?
Belly, is now the time.
I'll take a cup.
If we're gonna be on, I was thinking to take with us. I found a tea tin, but I can make some now. And is there a way for me to boil water? Like, does he still have his wood burning stove going?
Yeah.
100%. I am gonna Martha Stewart the shit out of this tea. Hand someone a hot beverage, help them calm down after an Eldritch Horror.
That's got to get us some of our sanity back, right?
It's good tea.
Yeah. So
I would like to basically
Cue montage.
take the sheriff up on his suggestion and take some time to try to fashion us like a sled type of vehicle.
give me art and craft.
Arts and crafts time. Okay.
Just a little arts and crafts.
Ooh, Eldritch Arts and Crafts. That is a success. Just a regular success? That is a success.
What do you have in arts and crafts?
30?
Damn, nice.
She actually
Arts
did
and
metal
crafts?
sculpting, like she did.
Damn.
Well, what do you think led me into blacksmithing?
I got 5.
Yeah, me too.
You got 5%. I thought you mean you rolled a 5. I was like,
oh, no such luck.
okay.
I didn't even
Yeah.
roll.
With arts and crafts, regular success, you're able to cobble something together. You know, it's not great. You don't have the proper time to really sculpt these skis the way you want to, but you're able to make a rude travois. Travois, yeah, that thing. It's a sled that hooks to the back of a horse. You pull the pillars, like the longer pieces off of the bunk beds. They're about the right shape to sort of fashion a harness to the horses, and then you set up a little sled. And you're able to do 2 of those, actually. So you can spread things around, move the Gatling gun off of Gatlin horse, so that everybody has a horse that they can ride if they so choose. Knowing that there is winter weather still going. It's not as bad as when you all first showed up in this valley, but it is going to make navigation a little bit tricky. In your favor, it is still early morning, mid-morning, let's say about 10 a.m.-ish.
It's
I
still
will
at her.
note that Maybelle is not going to try and ride a horse by herself. Last time we tried that, it didn't end great.
I'm really good with a rope.
Yeah, not
true.
doing that ever again. So she's just gonna kind of, like, when we're packing up and getting ready to go, she's just gonna kind of stand there and wait until someone says something. Man, y'all are gonna leave me here. Fuck you.
well, you, I guess you could ride on the sled.
There's
Can I ride
4
on the
horses,
sled?
ain't there?
I mean, yeah, we got 2 of them. You're tiny, gentlemen.
Where are
Ain't
you
there
gonna
4
be-
horses?
Where
Oh,
are
I
you going to
thought we
be
had
safer
2.
and more comfortable might be a better question. Because I'm going to kind of look at the other 2 and be like, wherever you're going to be more comfortable.
I 100% go over and start to get on Dallas's horse. Or, like, start to try and then realize I can't do it myself, and then just stand beside it, like, with
I'll
my
help.
arm up, like,
Yeah, I'll help boost her up.
nonchalant.
Smooth.
Everybody else gonna grab a horse.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna make sure that we have at least 2 shovels with us, though.
Okay.
Hey, Justice. Are the triggers for the guns where I can reach them on the horse?
For Gatlin horse?
Like, I imagine either side. I just want a gun on either side. I imagine that's probably the setup you're imagining. So,
Yes.
you all heard it.
basically any of the dry goods. We won't keep stock of that, but you guys got enough food to last you a few days. A couple shovels, whatever you
wrapped up
want.
in individual meals, portion control.
I don't think you have time for that.
You don't know what I have time for.
It's true, I don't.
This is my skill set. This is my thing.
Packing lunches?
Yes, pack lunches. I will make a comment before we actually head out and just say we're out of dynamite now, right? Isn't there a whole barn full of it?
There was a bunch, yeah.
Oh, we don't have. We may not have dynamite, but we got the orbs. Got
I think
lots
you called
of
it
those.
nitroglycerin before.
Yeah, we got lots of them.
You have one crate of those.
Yeah, there's lots of them in the crate, though, right?
There's 9.
That's lots.
Probably
How
don't
much
want to
nitro-
put those on the cart though.
Just on the back of the sled bumping along.
I mean, are we really gonna leave them? I feel like we keep running into more situations where we need them.
Might as well grab what we need and blow the rest with all this.
All right, but if you guys blow me up again, I'm not gonna be happy about it.
Yeah, how
Make
about
sure you're clear.
how about Belly and I? We ride off like I don't know, half a mile away before you blow it up.
Can't you got anything to fashion a really long fuse?
Well, sure.
Let's
Rat
do it that way.
keeper, right?
Yeah, there was definitely like blasting caps and fuses and stuff like that inside the hut that had all of the dynamite in there. Kept
And
well
those-
away from the living area.
No one's got to be standing next to him.
We'll do this proper. Ain't
All right.
no one's gonna get hurt.
And then I'm gonna like light a cigar and then hand her the match.
I mean,
What-
if you need any help getting them out of the basement to take more, I can certainly do that. But it's gonna need to be under your supervision, Mags. It's too many explodey things.
Cool. So, yeah, I want to kind of do as they've suggested, and like maybe I'm gonna take one orb to be in my care, but then leave, like basically set up the crate, so I can kind of make an extended fuse, like they were suggesting, far away. I guess, do I have any dynamite to kind of like seed it, like to nest it at the bottom of the crate? Otherwise, like fuse isn't gonna
That
do
whole
anything.
other building was full of crates of dynamite.
Great. Okay, cool. So, well,
So
I'm
you
definitely
can-
going to take some of that, but also use it to kind of set up the massive explosive, so we can just burn it all with fire as we leave.
Okay.
As Mags is kind of setting all of this up and we're sort of observing, I'm just gonna kind of lean back to Dallas and go, I don't know if I like this development in her personality where she's all about blowing stuff up.
Do I hear that? Like, did you say it far away from me, or?
I mean, I would like to believe that we have the good sense to be as far away from what you're doing as possible.
Yeah, that's a good question. How far away can we get? I mean, it's snowing, right? Is it still
It
snowing?
is
or
snowing. At this point, it's not like the blizzard conditions, whiteout conditions that you were
Okay.
in previously, but it is snowing. There's about 6 to 9 inches of snow on the ground.
Yeah, I don't know how far away we should how much further we should go. There, explosion, yes, but also I don't want to get separated again.
I think that's wise, but we're in a canyon, right? Okay, so we're
Yeah.
kind of like limited to two directions no matter what.
Yeah.
Okay.
You could ride out to the mouth of the canyon. He brought you into the canyon.
I will just encourage us to keep moving a little further away, just a little further.
I'll continue at a slow pace.
I'll really pout about it until Dallas gives in.
I will ever so slightly increase the pace.
So you are helping Mags, Ulrich?
Yep.
Okay. How much dynamite are you making sure that you take out?
You said there were crates and crates of it, right?
Yeah, there's basically as much as you want to bring.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to like load up one of the sleds with some of it. I would say like I've got 5 sticks on my person, and I put like another 10 on the sled.
Okay.
10 sticks or 10 crates?
Sticks.
How
I don't know
much
how
per
big
crate?
how big of a crate did I mean how big of a sled did I build if it would fit 10 crates? I
How
didn't think we
many,
had that much room.
How many sticks come per crate?
Asking the tough questions.
I don't
13
know. 13? All right.
in a 25-pound wooden dynamite crate. 13
Make
sticks
then-
of dynamite.
then
It's
we'll
like
say-
bagels.
I take a crate and put it and load it up. So we got 13 on the sled. I got
Baker's
5
dozen of dynamite.
baker's dozen of dynamite. That we call that an explosive baker's dozen. And just like load up like in all my I was gonna say in all my crevices, but that's not what I mean. Sticks of dynamite.
Pack your crevices full of dynamite.
Real dangerous.
I walk
You
on
knew
the
she
wild
hated
side.
men. You didn't know it was that much.
Yeah.
Surprise!
My sexuality is dynamite.
What's between your legs? Dynamite.
Dynamite.
Oh,
Is that
man.
a stick of dynamite or?
No, like 13 deaths worth.
Okay. You keep track of how much dynamite you got. So you light it and leave, yeah?
Yep.
And you only kept one of the glycerin.
I kept one, and then the rest I'm kind of leaving for the explosions.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm too nervous to carry more than one, to be honest.
Why don't you toss a couple in the shed, the shack he was in?
Oh yeah, good call. Good call. I do that.
Into the
Yeah,
Or-
I'm spreading the love so that hopefully the
mine
explosion
entry?
is just gonna take everything down.
okay.
Start a fucking avalanche.
A single tear rolls down Maybelle's cheek as her mind goes up in flames.
Bye, man. Bye.
We're not going to roll anything because this is just a massive amount of damage. But when you throw the globes, they explode with a slightly different ferocity than the dynamite. It's a quick, it's bright, it's hot, and it immediately incendiaries, incinerates. There we go. The items directly around it, and when the fuse goes off, there's a massive explosion. From your vantage point, which I assume is quite about a half mile away, probably, let's say, you can see where the shed, where all of the dynamite was actually packed, that has blown up. There's nothing but a crater remaining there. The entrance to the mine has collapsed. The shed, the building that he lived in with the bunk beds and everything is completely gone. There is nothing there but just a blasted landscape with wood and bits of metal and stone and whatnot.
All right, well that's good. Nothing could possibly escape that to haunt us later.
I certainly hope not.
Surely not.
You said
Oh,
that
let's
in a
be
real
off.
ominous manner.
Definitely no one's gonna donate money and then have that really bite us in the butt.
It's fine.
Uh.
It's fine. It's all good. It's good. It's fine.
Everything's fine. Everything's fine. How are you? What do you guys gonna hit the road, Jack?
Best not be out when that sun sets. It's gonna be colder than you want to imagine.
Remind me, Keeper, how far were we from Cheyenne as far as we knew?
You aren't really sure how far you are from Cheyenne.
Oh, I thought we asked.
Maybe you did.
We got, I think we got the, like, take the turn at like the next turn at Albuquerque sort of directions. I don't think we got anything super specific, but I do remember like he's like, you said you're here and it's here. That's about all I remember.
That's real close. We can do that right now.
And for
Just
me,
scoot
yeah, it's like a
forward.
step. Ah.
You you know that you are following the river, the northern trail. And if you continued on that, it would eventually hit the town of Scottsbluff, which was built above the river here. And you know that Albin mentioned Scottsbluff being a little ways away to your north. So that is probably going to be your best bet. Scottsbluff to Cheyenne is 100 miles. So 2 days-ish, 3 days.
I would suggest that that's the direction we move in then.
Scottsbluff.
Yeah.
Sounds
Diana
right to
is saying
me.
that, not Maybell. Maybell doesn't care. She just doesn't want to be here.
Something about Scottsbluff. All right, we're going north.
Following your lead, Ulrich.
Yep.
You don't know exactly where it's at from where you are here, but you know that the river is north of you somewhere because you were traveling along that when you blipped out of time and space into the valley with dinosaurs. So whoever wants to, go ahead and give me a navigate.
Y'all ready to get lost again?
Oh boy.
Y'all ready for this?
No, that's
Where's
not.
navigate?
Then I'm gonna say what that roll was.
It's in the
Oh, I'm
third.
trained in it.
Yes, you are.
Fail.
You are the only one trained in it.
It's fine.
So how bad did you fail?
I
Oh,
will
oh.
spend 5 luck to make it a success.
You begin heading north. You can tell, the sun is rising in the east. It sets in the west. You got a general northward direction. And it's starting to get colder. The wind is whipping up as you come out of the canyon and head north on the wide open plains here. It starts to bite through your clothes. The horses are huffing, and the snow starts to pick up more. You start to hear strange noises on the wind, howls and screams. Every once in a while, it's not enough that you can pinpoint it or actively put a finger on what you're hearing. And it could just be the wind. It could just be the wind, but maybe not. It's that pitch that makes the hair on the back of your neck stand up just a little bit. You continue your northward direction for a couple hours, and eventually you start to see some more vegetation that is generally indicative of being near a river, and you hear the river rushing in the distance. Go ahead and give me another navigate as the wind whips up more and you start to lose your bearings a little bit with the amount of snow that's coming through. And I want everybody else to roll survival. How'd you do?
That was a fail.
A failure. All right.
Don't sound
Ooh,
so excited
succeeded.
about it.
I survived.
I don't have survival on my sheet.
The default's 10.
Everybody has a 10. Yeah, default 10.
Okay.
Low stealth.
Oh man, I'm gonna spend 4 luck to succeed. Because survival seems like
Like a thing you want to succeed on.
Like it's a thing I want to do.
You got to get that in now
I
before.
failed, and I am a proud failure. So, you guys are gonna see what a real failure can do.
Please don't die while I'm on the horse with you.
I had that thought as well. You'll have to survive hard enough for the both of us.
Can I offer some body heat to Dallas to make sure he doesn't die immediately?
Ayo.
To maybe give him an extra tens die?
Sorry.
He says no to me in every game we play together. I just want to point that out.
True.
You can't have people thinking there's favoritism.
There
Exactly.
should be.
Sound like Amanda.
As
Amanda's right.
you all
What isn't
you hear the rushing river and you see the vegetation, and you are pretty sure that you're getting close. It's mid-afternoon now, and the sun is hidden behind clouds. And Ulrich, you're leading the pack, and you sort of get turned around as a whiteout just blows through. And you actually lose sight of your companions behind you for a little while. And by the time you find them again, you can't tell if you were still going the same direction or if you've been turned around. And you kind of just have to pick a direction and go at random. You're pretty sure that's right, but you're not positive anymore.
Can I do a track roll to see if I can look at the hoof prints? Like, did I end up getting like turned around at any point?
That's a, you know what? Yeah, that's a good attempt there.
Sure.
Now, Mags and Maybell. Sorry, my contact's bugging me. Mags, you are hunkered down behind Sheriff Rex. The wind is not hitting you as much as it would be because you aren't exposed to the elements completely. Whereas
You
Sheriff
did that where
Rex,
You just mixed us up again.
He did.
All right.
I was gonna let it go.
Maybell, Sheriff Rex, however, is getting the full brunt of this winter storm, and you start to feel your fingers are freezing up. You all have gloves. You found gloves. You found some winter clothes. They aren't the best, but they are keeping you from freezing to death. But you can feel your mind starting to slow down just a little bit, Rex. You know, that sluggishness that you get when you're trying to grab onto a thought and it's just slipping away just a little bit. What was that, Maybell?
Can I tell that this is going on?
Give me a spot listen and spot hidden. No. There's a psychology one.
It's called psychology.
Yeah.
If that's, yeah.
Yeah, give me a psychology, see if you notice. Or a first aid, whichever one's better.
That's just barely a success on first aid.
You notice that he's kind of clenching his hands and shivering. But it's hard to tell if that's like a symptom of something or if he's just cold, you know.
Is not to metagame, but would Dallas kind of do the thing where he does this to try and pump blood into his hands?
Yeah, probably so, like squeezing the reins and stuff.
If I notice that, one at a time so that I don't completely disorient the horse, I'll kind of like reach around his side to take over for one of his hands and then just kind of like tuck that hand back towards his body to warm it up a little bit. And I'll kind of swap hands every maybe like 5 minutes or so, just to try and give him a little bit of relief from the cold.
Are you reaching around and grabbing the reins then?
Yes.
Sorry, I didn't quite. Okay.
We all know
So
how
just to
good
be
I
clear-
am at handling horses.
Just to be clear, you're handling the horse now.
Well,
I'm
like
handling half the horse.
half hand.
That's why
Half.
I'm. Yeah, just a half reach around.
God damn it.
Surprisingly, not half the price.
Yeah, because we all know how great Maybell is at handling livestock. So she'll kind of alternate hands to give him some relief.
I apologize, y'all. I need to go take my contacts out. I don't know what's going on with this one, but I can't
Yeah, no
I
worries.
can't leave my eye open. So we can either go to break real quick, or you all can just kind of chat amongst yourselves for a moment as you're traveling down the road. Well, real quick, how'd your tracking go?
I got all zeros. So 100.
So that's bad. That's real bad.
The worst ever. That's the first time I think I've gotten 100 in this game. So we can
Ain't it
roleplay
great?
that if you'd like.
Yeah. What if you guys want to talk about that for a minute? Ulrich trying to justify where he is and that he is indeed going in the right direction. Totally, definitely knows that. I will be right back.
We'll riff it. We'll riff it.
Yeah, I'll assume that Ulrich is like off his horse, like looking down at tracks. Then
Probably holding on to the reins, looking.
Hey, Ulrich, it's really fucking cold. Are we almost out of this?
Just getting back on my bearings after that last big brush. I'm gonna get back on the horse. Fucking right, it's cold. I think we should just continue on this way, get back to the river.
Keeper, can I tell if he knows where he's going? Why don't you roll psychology for me? Okay. I failed. He knows where he's going. I think he knows
Amazing.
where he's going.
Amazing.
You know what? I would like to just roll basic intelligence to see if I can tell that this is clearly not the direction we were going before, because that I would
like
be able
that.
to discern.
I like that. I'll
Yeah.
allow it.
Okay, that is an extreme success. So, Ulrich, I don't mean to question you or anything, but I don't. We weren't going in that direction. It was more like over there.
Are you certain?
Pretty certain.
All right. I'm gonna wheel the horse around. We're gonna head in the direction she says. Unfortunately, it's better than anything I got. I got all twisted around. I'm sorry.
Should we really be moving forward if we don't know where we are?
Well, we can't go back now, can we?
Could we build some kind of shelter? I don't know. You guys are supposed to know something about being out here in the wilderness.
I don't want to waste any time staying out here. It's cold now. It's going to be colder when the sun's gone.
We might need to
Worse.
sleep inside the horses tonight.
What?
Don't be
Oh, sorry,
morbid,
Keeper's back.
Keeper.
Worst case scenario, we can dig ourselves a tunnel through the snow.
Keeper.
Sleep in there, insulate.
Would I, as a learned woman, know anything about Inuit cultures and how they stay warm in the cold?
You know that the interior temperature of a horse is lukewarm.
That's a tauntaun, and fuck you.
Oh man.
It's because Luke got inside.
Nope, stop. Shh.
This is a serious game of horror.
Game of horror and seriousness.
Give me a, what would that come under? Anthropology?
Yeah.
Could I make an argument for history instead?
At this point in
History.
this is 1869, so I don't know how widespread knowledge of those northern cultures are. This would have to be some sort of
Didn't exist.
anthropology. Sure,
As a
it
field?
Did? What?
Yeah, it did.
Then, I should be able to roll library use then, because that's the only way I would have known about it.
Oh, I didn't realize we were in a library.
You want to survive or not? You want to die?
Generally, library use is actually in a library, right? Finding resources, being able to figure out which books would be the ones that point you in the right direction.
Okay.
Natural world would work as well, and I think natural world is a 20 for everybody versus the anthropology of a 1%.
Well,
For a second there, I thought you meant like the anthropology that she knows because we were the 1%. The anthropology of the 1%.
Or is it the anthropology with an IE?
That's very different.
That's
don't
also
think
of
that
the
exists.
1%.
I mean, I'll roll natural world, I guess. I mean, would tinkering help me at all? Being able to problem solve, engineer, any of that stuff?
That if you guys are going to stop and try to build a shelter, then yes, we can.
I am trying to determine if there is a safe way for us to stop right now when we don't know where we are.
Like a safe way to ride out the storm, basically?
Yes. Like a safe way for us to camp right here until maybe the wind dies down, or until Ulrich feels like he can get his bearings a little better, so...
Yeah, I'll give you history on that.
Okay. That's a hard success.
You remember reading about Alexander the Great in his expedition across the Himalayas, and how he had elephants. But also, they, if you could find a windbreak, some sort of embankment or something like that, then you could hollow out some sort of space where you could at least get out of the wind and decrease the wind chill, potentially build a fire and allow you all to warm up for a little while you got your bearings.
I won't stop us, but I will start looking for something along those lines.
Okay. Anybody else wanna throw an idea or anything out there?
I mean, if she's told me she's doing this, then I'll help keep my eyes out as well. But past that, I think my shivering ass isn't going to be much help right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk to you about it because it's one of the few areas in which I'm smart. And
So
Yeah.
what are we
guys like
looking
smart
for?
ladies. So
It's true. Belly, what are we looking for?
some kind of embankment, something that'll get us out of the wind for just a minute. I think that's what's making us so cold.
We're just going to try and peer out, see if there is anywhere indeed that we can stop.
Okay.
Given to agreeing.
Mags, is there anything you would like to add to this?
I mean, I'm supporting, Maybell's smarts here. I think especially like as I sense her mounting concern for the sheriff's situation, I'm like, yeah, I guess we should probably find a place to get out of this wind a little bit. Some of us need to warm up.
It's middle afternoon, and the storm is really kicking up. So everybody that's looking for some sort of place like that, roll me a natural world.
That's a note for me.
Nope.
Success!
It is a hard success. I'm gonna come back.
So as you all are like walking along or riding along and staring, like trying to see through this blizzard and trying not to get too far off of your trail, but at the same time you want to keep moving in a direction where you can try to find something. Ulrich, your horse misses a footing and starts to slip. Give me horse animal handling. Handle that horse.
Roll for horse.
Roll for horse.
That's a good roll, but a fail because mine's a 5.
Oh, you don't have any animal handling?
Oh.
I mean,
Ride or animal handling?
Oh, ride is one as well. In this situation, I would give you ride.
I don't know
okay,
if he
well
has
then
that
that's a
either. I was
success
just-
if it's right.
Okay. Dan, you must have rolled pretty well.
Got a 26.
You have points in ride. That's
I
right.
have ride trained.
Your horse starts to, it loses a full foot, like it comes off, and well, its foot doesn't come off, it misses a spot there as the embankment that you're standing on crumbles away, and you see that it is a gentle slope down to the side of the river, but it creates this natural concave here that you couldn't see before, and you're able to adjust your mount so he steps back up onto the ridge here. But now you do see the river down below, and it's mostly frozen over, with water rushing underneath, and there's a few ice flows that break free and go tumbling off down the river. But there's a where like the summer rains have come through and washed out that part of the bank. There's a spot where you all could huddle back in there and maybe get a fire going.
Looks like we got something here.
I think it's time for some tea.
I'm given to agree.
We should probably dig it out a little bit first, don't you think? I mean, I can get the kettle going right away, but maybe a little bigger first for the horses.
Yeah, all right. Do we have any like shovels? I can't even call it.
You actually do.
That's, you mentioned this earlier.
Specifically.
Yes. Okay, great. Get me a shovel. I'll get to digging.
All right.
I'll try and help dig as well. I don't know if I'll take any penalty due to being shivering, but
I will assist with the fire making then.
I'm gonna start prepping tea.
We've all got to roll. I'm doing my part.
just surviving.
I'm not actually going to make you all roll for this because it's pretty. I mean, you all laid out a pretty good plan there, and you got a psychology roll on me while I was away. I was going to make you roll at disadvantage on,
Who told
on
you about
mental
that?
traits.
You weren't
Brought
here,
it with
doesn't
me.
count.
I brought it with me.
Damn it.
So you're all able to get to dig in, and you dig out this embankment a little bit more and build up some walls with the dirt and snow that you pull away. Ulrich, you're able to find several fallen trees or dead trees that you're able to build several small fires, because smaller fires will actually allow you to have more heat than a large bonfire. And Belly, you're able to get one of the kettles going and get some tea and warm up as best you can. You keep the horses in close for more heat, and you have some blankets and whatnot, and you're able to rig up a little bit of a shelter and get a further break from the wind. Everybody roll me survival again as you try to hunker down overnight and wait for this storm to pass.
Oh boy.
That is a failure.
Shit. I saw a 1 and then a 50. I was like, fuck.
We all fail to survive. This is where we
Yeah.
die.
We don't wake up. There's just
The end.
it cut scenes to like 30 years in the future. They find our frozen corpses, like Captain America.
Sitting
And
style.
tea?
study them.
No
for
fucking way.
anthropology.
I just got an 8.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a barely a regular success, but 2 zeros and an 8.
Boy, this would be
You're-
a great time for an automatic failure, wouldn't it? Fantastic. So Ulrich, you notice everybody else starting to like the early stages of hypothermia. I don't know if you know the name for hypothermia, but you definitely know what it's like when somebody's out and exposed to the cold.
I don't know what it's called, but I know what it looks like.
I don't know what name it goes by. I just know the sound it makes when it
When it kills a man.
Yeah.
Is it very loud?
No, it's more like a whimper. But somehow you got a higher metabolism or something. You're able to keep going a little bit longer, and you walk around and you keep everybody keep waking them up, and you keep making some tea to keep that internal temperature up. However,
You're sleeping it too long.
I need Maybell, Mags, and Sheriff Rex all to roll me a d6.
Hmm.
No.
Here comes the death. I got a 4.
I got a 3.
Oh no, Maybell. Yours was a 5, Maybell? You said 5?
She said, did you say 6?
No, it's a 5.
Okay. That's all right. I need the 3 of you to take 1 hit point of damage.
Then why is it bad that I rolled a 5?
But Ulrich is able to keep everybody alive through the night. And sometime in the night, the snow stops blowing, or the wind stops blowing, the snow stops falling, and you get a little bit of sleep, a little bit of relief from the howling of the wind. The exposed bits of you all, however, the next day when the sun starts to come out, you notice, Maybell, your ear has turned blackened.
No.
Just the tip of my ear or my whole ear?
Just like the tips in here.
Just the tip.
Mags, where you were sleeping, these 2 fingers are slow and unresponsive, and your fingernails have gone black and you can't feel them. Sheriff Rex, you try to wiggle your toes, and 3 of your toes on your right foot just they're sluggish and slow, and you all have frostbite on those particular limbs, so you're going to have a permanent disfiguration on those appendages.
Oh, it's like 3rd
Which
degree
hand?
frostbite?
Your left hand, his right foot. Yeah.
Which
Yep.
ear?
I don't know. Which ear you want?
I'm not laughing.
I'm gonna hide it with my fucking hair.
Yeah, it was one of those situations where y'all were just enough sluggish that you didn't notice that bit was being exposed a little bit more so to the cold wind and air and whatnot.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I notice it, and I'm like, I take a long, hard look at it, and kind of flex my right hand, like, still got my hammer hand at least. I need to get some better gloves. Kind of badass though, so kind of don't want to cover it up.
Keep the dead fingers.
Yep.
I half expected you to say you took an axe and just chopped them off.
Just get rid of it.
Well, these are useless.
Literally what I'm considering for my ear.
In a Van Gogh it, man.
Yeah, exactly. Has the weather changed at all?
Yeah. During the night, the snow stopped falling, the wind stopped blowing as hard, and the sun comes up through a misty cloud cover in the morning. And there's the river right there, so you just got to follow this right on into the town of Scottsbluff.
Well, looks like we made it.
Oh, you haven't made it yet.
Unscathed.
You just know that that's what you have to do.
Through the night.
You get frostbite in your brain, Ulrich?
You all right?
No, I'm not. Can we get out of here?
Yeah. You didn't happen to grab any coffee along with that tea, did you?
Did I?
You guys, I said you guys could have pretty much whatever dry goods you wanted to make sure that you got there.
Why, yes, I did.
Riding the horse, coffee in hand. It's going to be a good morning.
Yes, I can certainly see why you would feel that way. I purposely
shoot him in the head.
overcooked the coffee beans. They're burnt.
Don't make us all suffer. We're already
Not
suffering
yours.
enough.
Just his.
Okay, good.
Scorched the coffee.
Yeah.
As you head northeast along the river off to your right, the weather does start to turn again as you cross the afternoon. And in the distance, you see the town of Scottsbluff, maybe a mile out. As the weather starts getting colder. Yes.
I have folk healing. Does that work on frostbite?
Well, if you remember, you can spend power to make it fully healed.
Yep.
But it causes scarring.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I like my toes and not being permanently disfigured.
Yeah.
I don't know when, but I feel like at a crucial point, you're going to be like, you try to run away, but your toes break and you fall and die. So let me pull up my spells because I don't remember.
Your toes break and you fall and die.
Yeah.
I don't remember that from Oregon Trail.
Yeah, I died of dysentery, but never of my toes falling off.
I don't really know enough about frostbite. Like, is there any, like, does the pain linger, or do you lose sensation? Like,
It depends on the degree of frostbite. There's
Third
just
degree
like burns.
frostbite. It literally freezes the molecules of the flesh there, so
Yeah, it's really bad.
it turns it to ice.
Okay, so I have to spend 1 power per hit point healed, otherwise it's temporary and the wounds reopen. Okay. We didn't technically take damage, so how much would you want me to spend to fix our
You
frostbite?
took the 1
We took
damage
one.
that
Oh,
was
you took 1 point.
representative of the frostbite there.
So I permanently lose 3 power, but I could fix all of us, potentially?
You could, yeah.
Alright guys, get ready. I need some of help with on account of my toes messing up my steps, so I'm gonna like set up a full, like, exactly as I was taught, like a native little circle, and try and like power through the pain and get our healing on.
Before you take off in the morning there.
Yeah. Power. That's a stat. I want you two of you to know that's a permanent loss to my stats for you.
You'd do it if you loved me.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and drop to 57 power then.
All right. You all have seen him work some of this magic before. What does this look like as you do the chants and whatnot that Hitoke?
I mean, exactly as Hitoke did, just kind of like I have like different, like, I would assume there are different components and things I have, but all of it's the chanting and like the little bit of like a dance. Now that I have not dinosaurs to worry about, I'll do the full like tribal thing and just kind of like in a circle around the fire.
And you, Maybell, you feel your ear start to gain back the sensation because you just couldn't feel it before, and it starts to burn to and all of you feel this in those extremities. It brings to a burning crescendo, and then it just dissipates, and suddenly there's no pain anymore. You all get that health back. Mags, your fingers, where they were black and sluggish and hard, now they just have this blue scarring, almost like electricity hit it looks like, but it extends from the base of your knuckles all the way to the tip of your fingers, and it's sort of raised up just a little bit.
real glad I didn't smash them off then.
That would have been awkward. Maybell, your ear, now you can't see it, but the tip that was all black and gross and crumbly is now just white. It looks normal. It doesn't have like the crusted look that it did previously, but instead of your normal flesh tone, it is white, like scar tissue. And Sheriff Rex, on your toes, you have the same sort of scarring that Mags has. So it's still going to be a permanent scar there, but it's not black and dead flesh anymore.
I'm gonna move somewhere where it doesn't snow after this.
Somewhere warm.
Do any of you not Sheriff Rex have anything to say about this magic that he's doing? I mean, you've seen it some before, but you've not seen the full everything.
I'll walk over to Megs, mainly because it's far more graceful for me to kind of pick up her hand and examine it rather than Dallas's foot. But I'll kind of just look at it for a minute and then turn back to Dallas have you always been able to do this?
No. Hitoke, his teachings seem to have been paying off so far. You know that's how we brought you back from the brain explosion that happened to you, right?
No, I wasn't exactly myself when you did that. Thank you.
Right.
Belly, of all the things we've seen, this is impressive, but far from the weirdest.
It's different when it's attached to you, Mags. Does it look awful?
I mean, it's kind of cute, if anything.
I think you look perfect.
You said, Hitoke, the medicine man?
Very same. Maybe one day I'll be able to pass some of this on to you guys when we're, I don't know, a little bit less being chased by horrific creatures and snake men.
Why would
Seems
we need
infinitely
that?
useful.
Hopefully we don't need it after we get done with this and we go all retire by the beach.
I'll kind of like snake my elbow through his arm and just say, "We won't need it because you'll be with us."
That's fair enough.
Well, the storm's died down. We should probably get moving.
Everyone feel refreshed, feel warm?
I don't know about warm.
I don't know.
Warmer.
Oh, I'd love a bath.
Well,
Snow passed, sun's out. Best time to go is now.
lead the way.
No way I can lose the river next to me, right?
Probably not.
He rolls 100 again.
Oh, you tempt him.
You all head northwest with the river on your right side there, and as I said, the weather starts to worsen again as you're continuing on, and you see the city in the distance there. It's not a large city. It's a little bit bigger than oh my god, where you all started, Big Springs. It's a little bit bigger than Big Springs, but not too much so. It's not one of the massive cities of the East Coast or West Coast. This is a town that grew up on the side of a river, and it's in sight. It's right there, and you hear that chill again as the wind starts to pick up, almost like the weather is mad at you. You all know that's absurd, but the wind picks up, the ice starts beating down on you again as the temperature drops almost perceptibly immediately, like 10 degrees. You just feel a chill as the air drops.
Is there a foul voice on the air?
Maybe just some dissonant whispers. Again, it's one of those things where you can't quite tell if it's an animal out there howling or the wind whipping through the trees or
Keeper,
something more sinister.
Do we know of any folklore in this area that now that we have the context of the order that we're working with, any folklore that maybe, like, I don't know, some creature that makes the wind blow or something like that, some children's story, some cautionary tale, something like that for this area?
Everybody can give me it's a tricky one. What would that be? History?
I think that's probably the closest.
Yeah, it's more like it's a folklore kind of thing, but
Archaeology?
I don't think that one fits here.
I don't think it does either. I was just hoping you would disagree with me.
Or occult. I'll give you occult as well, if anybody has points in that.
Mine is a success.
I got an extreme success, and I'm gonna put it on occult because that's just fun. I rolled a 1, guys. I can't. I will show you. You want me to show you?
You're
I'm not-
rolling all over the place tonight.
I know. I was
100.
really high. Now I'm really
You have to
low.
actually
Somebody
roll
has
the
to.
dice, Ulrich.
Ups and downs. How'd you do, Maybell?
Success.
Success?
Yeah.
Mags, how'd you do?
Failure.
Rex?
Well, I have not rolled a single success tonight, so I just felt like I'd keep that up with this
Yeah,
roll.
why break that streak now?
Yeah.
Occult, and you were with history then?
Yeah.
Maybell? Maybell, you've heard, I mean, you like to talk to people as they come through town, especially interested folks, and you've heard of all sorts of legends out here on the high plains. You know, there's the Wendigo that we discussed previously that you all thought about, and there's a lot of native folklore about spirits that haunt these plains, whether malevolent or kind, and especially in the winter. When they say when the winter is at its coldest and biting the hardest, as it were, malevolent spirits that have unfinished business on this earth, particularly through violent deaths, come back to haunt the land of the living. And Ulrich, you're a traveled man, and you also have heard these folklores, but when you're looking at it through the context of the more recent events, you think maybe it's not spirits. Maybe spirits is what people have used to justify malevolent creatures that just simply exist here.
More for myself, in the interest of keeping warm and distracted, I'll regurgitate some of this information and share some of the stories with the group as we ride.
I'll reciprocate with some of my own. Some of the time I spent with the natives of Louisiana.
And I will listen and now have my eyes like looking for like Wendigo or like anything out in the distance of our vision.
I like to imagine that, Maybell, you've told these stories before, and it's like kind of the thing where I know about this lore and I know what you're saying, but I chime in like almost like it's a bedtime story, and I know the good parts, and
Because it probably is. Like, to be
yeah,
honest.
yeah. So I'm like your backup, your hype man as you tell these stories, like super engaged and just kind of interrupting every now and then with like, oh, this part's really good.
When we get to a spooky part, I'll kind of like lean so our horse gets closer to Mags's horse, and I'll goose her at the part that I always goosed her when we were kids.
Oh, it totally works. It totally works.
But as I'm telling it, it's a little more sinister and less playful. this juxtaposition going on.
Will, if you will, trying to keep them grounded. That's what Ulrich's here for. Survival
they all
and
love it.
grounding.
Wet blanket.
I don't know. He kept you all alive last night.
Oh, wet blanket wolf.
Blanket wolf.
Gross.
It's because that one time he peed his pants at camp.
We'll just call him WB from now on.
WB, wet blanket. These tales kind of get to you all. You know, you started off in good fun, Belly, but as Ulrich adds his insights into it, you kind of want to pick up the pace just a little bit. And the town is tantalizingly close. It's right there. You're about 100 yards away from the notional boundary of this town, where it looks like maybe some of the streets have been cleared, a little bit of the snow, when a figure appears off to your left. It's made from whirling snow and sort of rocks and desert or high plains dust tumbled together. the shape of a man holding a tomahawk. Its eye sockets are hollow. It turns its gaze towards you, and its lower jaw just distends. And it lets out a chilling shriek, and it starts to half float, half spin like a dervish towards you all. I want you all to give me a sanity check.
My sanity's real low right now.
Yikes.
I successed.
Oh, success, yeah.
Fail.
Succeeded by
Success.
2 points.
Maybell, roll me a d6.
4.
Oh, 4. You lose 2 sanity points because we're doing on a d3 here. As you have this momentary freeze, but you can't go anywhere, can't do anything. You just grip Sheriff Rex tighter, and you all. Do you fight or flight here?
Oh yeah, I'm whipping out my Colt and I'm letting loose on this thing flying towards us.
How far is
It's
it?
about it's at the edge of town. You're about in a triangle. Town, you all. And the thing is making the third point of the triangle, so
Okay, so like it could intercept us if we tried to potentially, like, I don't know, how fast is it?
not as fast as a walking horse. It's inexorable like Jason, not like a raptor.
Okay, then I'm gonna. I was about to say I'm gonna push forward into town. Can I take a look and make sure there aren't like a bunch of them like pouring out of the buildings in the town?
Yeah, absolutely. Spot hidden. Mags, what would you like to do?
Regular success.
I don't know. Is there, I mean, are there suggestions from folks about what we don't have covered currently?
You could squeal. I don't think anyone's doing that.
Oh, I am.
I'm gonna not do that.
I am shrieking in Dallas's ear right now.
Well, would you take the chance to retaliate to this thing, or are you gonna be like in a defensive manner?
I mean, I'm definitely not gonna like attack, but I guess I'll just ready my dynamite. like literally get a stick in case I need to toss it.
That's a plan.
This
Great.
is how we solve our problems in this game. We blow them up.
Mm-hmm.
No
Look,
more problem.
it's worked so far. Yeah.
That's why we got 10 crates of dynamite.
Yeah.
Wait, how many
Wait,
crates?
what?
We got 10 crates, yeah. Right.
Baker's dozen.
Yep.
Sheriff Rex. Town seems ordinary to you. This is the only one that you see out there.
Then I'm going to, I mean, I assume Ulrich's taking a shot, seeing as he's leading the way. I'm going to probably gallop past him instead and head towards the town.
Okay. Ulrich, how'd you do on your... Go ahead and roll me firearms.
That is a regular success.
Okay. Who had special bullets? I forgot about that. Okay.
Yeah, Mr. Man, it's silvered bullets.
Oh, yeah.
You this thing howls and drops its jaw and comes spinning towards you all. And Ulrich draws a bead and shoots, and it bursts into ice crystals. And when you do, the weather immediately... The wind stops. The snow stops falling, like somebody flipped a switch.
That's one way to solve a problem.
Yeah. I kind of like... I slow the horse down and look back, noticing everything's changed.
Do we hear that?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I couldn't tell. I thought that was fake, but it's not.
Unfortunately, I feel like I know better than to have done that, but
Well,
that was one of the creatures from the stories, Mags. Those aren't real. Those are just a children's story in a book. That's not something that actually
Belly,
exists. Those aren't
again.
real. They're not real.
I need you. Look,
Mags.
focus up. Look at me. I need you to think about what we have seen in the past. I don't even know how long we've been doing this.
It's just a children's
Literally.
story.
I think the things about nightmares are the things we have to pretty consistently deal with.
Okay, but are there any mythical creatures at the beach? Because now I think like the Bigfoot's probably living in the forest, and I'm not really willing. There's just a lot.
All the monsters from our childhood. All the monsters.
Oh fuck! Let's get going. I don't want to hang around here wait for it to come back.
Yeah.
That was you saw it. You saw it, right? That was.
We saw it. We all saw it.
all right, into town. Let's not dawdle. In fact, I know Rex took a look. I mean, Ulrich doesn't really know, but is there anybody up on a tower, watching people coming into town?
Nope. It's a one horse town. No, a one street town, slightly bigger than Big Springs, like I said. And then there's some outlying farms not too far out that you can still see. And as you're riding into town, you see several people start poking their heads out of houses and buildings. And as you ride in, they actually start to greet you, and they whoa. Did you take care of it?
Shouldn't be
Take care of
bothering you.
the monster. Take care of the monster.
Yeah.
Those are normal around here.
Whenever a big winter storm whips up, one or two of them come out. Now, usually you can drop them with a bullet or two, but not always.
What are they?
We don't know. It's the first winter we were here, they showed up, and they're here every winter, once or twice a winter, when the storms get real bad.
How many winters have you been here?
Town full of monsters.
Oh, about 5.
Why did you stay?
It's real nice in the summer. Plus, I used up all my savings to get out here.
Megs, I don't want to stay here.
Neither. But
Now come on in. Let's get you all warmed up. Come on, folks.
Dallas, I don't want to stay here. I don't want to be near the monsters. I just want to keep going. We can keep going, right?
We'll get resupplied and then we'll get moving, I'm sure.
are we still on the horses, or have we gotten off at this point?
Up to you all.
Did
This
they say
town
anything
got
about
itself a
Gatling
saloon.
horse? Does anyone ever say anything about Gatling horse?
I'd like to think that you put it on one of the sleds and kind of covered up. No,
Yeah.
you just got it attached to Gatling
We
I
got
horse.
it.
thought she
what's
had
coming.
dismounted the Gatling gun.
I mean, it's not assembled and on there like a tank gun. Remember, it's disassembled, and you guys have never ever run it up and used it, but it's got all the parts there. There's some questioning eyebrows at the amount of hardware that y'all are packing. Crates of dynamite, Gatling gun. Every single one of you is armed to the teeth. Well, maybe not Maybell. But they don't say anything. This is a tough part of the world. It wasn't 2 years ago that Crazy Horse was leading his war parties through this area. So it's a hard life out here for a villager.
Yeah, I was to say, is the villager guy who was just talking to us, he's leading us in somewhere, presumably?
Yeah, he introduces himself as the mayor of the town, and he's one of the founders. In fact, Scott's Bluff, it's named after him. Richard Scott.
Well, Mayor, tell me this. What happens if you don't take care of them?
We just hunker down, usually about 8 or 9 hours, and they tire themselves out and the weather goes back to normal. It's just the way of life around here.
So, what happens if they get to you?
Well, we've lost a few folks. I
Lost
ain't
a
gonna lie
bunch,
to you.
How?
Well, the storm passes through and we find their body frozen.
Right.
Now, there's rumors that people have seen those folks. Little Jimmy, they said that they saw him down by the river as one of those creatures of ice and dirt. But I tell you, I don't believe it. We had a ceremony. We buried him. Good Lord, put him in the ground. It's hard out here on the frontier. You know, death's just a part of life.
Those are not a part of life. That's not a part of life.
Well, young lass, I can tell by your accent there, you're a bit of a city slicker. You might not understand how we do it out here on the high plains, but you know, we gotta do what we do to get through.
She's gonna straighten up real quick. Sir, you are not gonna refer to me as the lass. My name is Miss Maybelle Monroe. How can you subject your constituents to this?
When she does that,
Shouldn't you be doing something?
as she does that, I'm standing behind her with my hammer, just like,
Mag's ready to bring the pain.
And what on earth do you propose I do about it? You know, we try to shoot them when we can when they're out there, but we're not going to put ourselves in danger. If it comes on, we batten down the hatches and we hunker down and we
hide.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hitch my horse at this point.
How many people do you think you lose per season?
Well, the first season we lost about 5 or 10, but once we figured out what the formula was, we haven't lost nobody this year.
5 or 10 people. 5 or 10 people.
Only the first year.
How many new people do you get coming in each year?
Well, now that the railroad's gone south, we've lost a few, but we got people coming up the river. This is a good trading outpost. Some people stay, some people keep going. Part of the Oregon Trail here.
How many of the people you think you've lost coming into the city who don't know your rules about hiding?
Oh, we tell them. When the weather starts to kick up, we batten down the doors. Nobody goes nowhere.
No one told us anything.
Well, I told you as soon as I saw you, didn't I? You want me to put a sign outside of town that says there's ghosts that come out? Nobody's
Yeah.
gonna believe that. It's the slow time of year anyway. There's no travel through right now. The river's froze up. Nobody comes through right now. I'm surprised to see you all out there. I don't know how you made it this far.
Yeah, I don't think we do either. Look, we've got some road left ahead of us. What we'll pay you as best we can, but what can you give us in way of supplies?
Oh, we got a fully stocked general store. We might be a little low on some of the things right now, but I mean, we got a saloon and a hotel right here. As he's leading you into the hotel. We can draw you up some baths. I feel like you folks need to take a load off.
I'm gonna look at Belly. It might be good for our mental constitution if we took a load off somewhere safe for a while.
think
Like
about
for-
how much you wanted a hot bath.
At least one night.
Then we leave tomorrow.
Leave tomorrow,
She'll kind of look back and forth between the two.
real early. Right, Sheriff?
Absolutely, and I mean, you saw how easy it was for Ulrich to dispatch that one. I mean, it's nothing compared to what we've faced before, so I think we'll manage just fine.
I think I'll catch up with y'all. I'm gonna go get a drink.
I'm sure we won't be far behind.
It's actually a nice hotel. It's got separate rooms. They're not busy, like you said. This is the slow season, and you get the sense there's hospitality. They're happy to help, happy to have you here, and it's not a malevolent sort of excitement. Like they're not trying to fatten you up for the stew pot or anything like that, right? They're just happy to have somebody that's got a little coin in their pocket that can spend it here while the river's frozen over. There's no trade going on right now. Usually this is the slow time, and word gets out that there's strangers in, and people start coming in and asking y'all questions, news of the outside world. It's a frontier town, and there's not a lot of things passing through regularly. And if you question anybody about the ice monsters that are out there, they all kind of just tongue-in-cheek laugh about it. And yeah, old Jethro was out at the Porta John year 2 when we got set up here, and it got him. But really, if you follow the rules, it's all right.
I assume we didn't like him very much then.
No, he was a town drunk. Didn't like to pay neither.
All right, fuck those guys.
And what are the rules exactly?
Well, when the temperature drops like that, you just go inside. They don't get you. You stay warm.
So these 4 walls is all we need.
Yep, 4 walls and a fire. That seems to keep them out.
You don't know what they are?
We haven't the foggiest. We've asked a lot of the natives around here, and they said it's always been this way, right along this bank. Some sort of something happened here back in the day.
Has he like, because presumably he's taking us into the hotel, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Do we need to pass him any money to get rooms or anything?
Yeah, he shows you what you could have, and he tells you the prices for them. It's a couple dollars for a room. $1 extra gets you breakfast and dinner each night. And since y'all just came in off the road, no charge for a bath tonight. But on future is about 50 cents for a warm bath in the copper tubs. I got a genuine copper tub that I brought all the way from St. Louis.
You don't say.
Yeah, it's real nice.
Well, I know that I speak for all of us when I say that we really appreciate your hospitality. I think we may take a load off and meet our friend at the bar here in a minute.
He leaves you alone, but the town folk are there. But he does show you up to rooms. Each one of you has a separate room if you like it. If you want to share rooms, that's fine as well. But it is up to you all.
I'll go ahead and book a room for Ulrich, assuming he wants to be on his own. Past that, I know I like get one for Mags, then I kind of like look at Belly. I mean, if you might want to say, I don't know if you want to sleep in the same room as Mags, or just.
I don't want to be alone. I'll sleep with Mags. I'll sleep with Mags.
Sure. I mean, yeah, and maybe. Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of leave it at that and go ahead and pay the man.
For all of Maybell's frustration with the mayor in this town not giving a shit about people dying, the nervous energy completely overtakes Maybell in that moment, and while he's showing us up into the room, she just goes beet red and briskly walks into the room that is Mags's.
I noticed nothing wrong.
Oh. If you all would like to spend the winter here and hang out, you are, like I said, 100 miles to Cheyenne, across open prairie. It might behoove you to wait till the weather warms up. You got a whole sack full of silver. You don't have to worry about not being able to pay while you're here. And it'll give you an opportunity to sort of take a load off, as it were.
How do we feel in the morning the next day, though? Because spending the winter here, that's a big commitment with winter monsters.
It's true.
Why don't we discuss that?
Yeah, I mean, we did just promise Belly we'd leave in the morning, so I want to check in and see.
Too.
Check in and see how she feels.
And that's why I was asking how, like, there's no ominous, like, feeling. We're not frozen to the bone. It's, like, genuinely comfortable.
Yeah, they're
Okay.
nice rooms. They're not. I mean, they're not. The Ritz Carlton or whatever is around in 1869, but they're suitable. Straw mattresses that don't have any fleas. You each have a little stove in your room that keeps the room nice and toasty.
I think
Well appointed.
there would come a point, because everyone else might feel comfortable going down to the bar, but that Maybell is uncomfortable with that. She's a young lady who has never spent time in a saloon before. She's not going to start now. So she'd probably stay in her bath for way longer than is necessary and just kind of think. And in this extended bath, she's going to resolve to learn something about these winter monsters so that maybe she can help make this town something that isn't full of fear. So she'll reach a point where she's okay staying for the winter. She's just not going to be part of that conversation in the saloon.
Okay, well, I mean, I'm gonna head to the saloon and meet Ulrich then.
Get crunk.
Get crunk.
You don't want to go to the saloon.
It's just not my place, Mags. I've never fit in those
Well,
establishments.
I can help you fit in.
I just make a fool of myself. You know, the Daddy's last birthday when we had that little the little party and I had some alcohol and it just went straight to my head. I don't want to do that again.
All right, I'm not going to pressure you, but do you want me to stay here with you then?
No, I'll be okay. I gotta digest everything that's happening here.
I'll stay with you.
If you want.
Yeah, you're more interesting than a drink of whiskey.
I consider that a very high compliment these days.
Down at the bar, Ulrich and Rex. What y'all saying to each other?
What do you think, Ulrich?
Well, who's to say how much farther we are and whether or not we're going to run into more of them things on the way there, but I am tired of facing these goddamn things every which way we turn.
I don't know. I think we might have stepped through a door we didn't realize, and I don't know if there's any going back through it.
Well, these people clearly got a problem going on here. I ain't feeling like I got the energy or care to do anything about it.
Well, if the locals haven't done anything about it for this long, I'm not sure if there's anything that can be done.
Good.
Mabel's really set on staying here. Or, leaving in the morning. I know that maybe we don't... Fuck. My brain is also quite tired, Ulrich. I don't know if I've got the energy to move on, but I don't know if we can stay here.
Well, perhaps we see how we feel in the morning.
Do we even know what time of year we left and came back into?
As far as I can tell, it being winter now, we've lost a few months. Supposed to say that we're in the same world we left.
Right. I guess, I guess I'm just not looking forward to the conversation if we have to stay.
You remember that Albin talked about missing Christmas, or it was right around Christmas. I can't remember exactly what I said, but we're gonna say it's right past Christmas.
That he said that he was Santa Claus and that it was Christmas.
We
And
killed
he brought
Santa
you a
Claus.
gift.
We killed Santa.
We killed Santa Claus.
Well, according to the mayor of this here town, they got a well-stocked general store. Perhaps you can make Christmas up to those girls. Maybe they'll stick around.
You're the one carrying all the silver, Ulrich.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm just going to take a bit of it. I'll probably try to do that after we wrap up drinking, see if the general store has anything jolly.
Like Christmas presents?
Yeah, like, or at least something like, you know, Mabel's fucked up her dress and all of her outfits, and, you know, Mags's outfit was already fucked up, but maybe there's a new, like... Maybe there's like some sort of leather like pouch or belt or something to add to her tool, you know, just some sort of something.
He gets her another shovel.
Yeah.
This one's clean, so you can dirty it.
Yeah. So you head out, and the general store proprietor is just walking out and locking the door. Give him a fast talk roll to see if you can get him to open back up here.
Or, you know, you just flash some silver.
True.
That is... That's just a regular success. It's close to a hard success.
That's good. I mean, like Ulrich just said, if you have any cash on you and
Look,
flash it.
We just got here, and you know, this coin is just really weighing down my trousers. So I would appreciate if you could alleviate some of it from me.
Oh, well, yeah, sure, absolutely. He's falling over himself at this point to let you back in, and he does indeed show you a dress that, you know, I ordered this all the way from San Francisco, and the young lady said that she would be in here to pick it up, and she never showed up. And it's this beautiful calico dress that's just trimmed out just nice.
I don't know. I mean, if she didn't pick it up, it must not be that much in fashion. I mean, it's not something I know a lot about, but I do know people don't just leave nice stuff.
Well, she didn't pay for it beforehand. She just she ordered it, and then she didn't ever show up to pick it up.
I kind of look it over. Does it look like it would fit Maybell?
You know,
It's generic
this
Western
isn't
lady
your,
size.
yeah, this isn't your forte per se, but you think that's about right.
Yeah, you got anything? If you could maybe keep that one aside for me. You got anything a little more handy?
What you mean? What you looking for?
I don't know, like a utility belt or a really big hammer or something. Maybe something that explodes or...
Well, I don't have anything that explodes, but you know what? Here, and he pulls out a really nice leather apron. Looks thick. Looks brand new. It's got fancy leather straps and a belt that goes all the way around, so it's like an apron, but then it's got a utility belt attached to it. So you use that to kind of cinch up the waist there. Would this do for you?
Yeah, I don't think she'd like that. Maybe. No, I'm gonna go ahead and I'll go ahead and put that with the dress as well. And just because Ulrich has been such a swell guy, is there like a fancy flask or anything?
Oh yeah, silver chase, silver inlay here, and you know it's got a big W on it here. It was for a marshal from out west, and you know what? I'll be honest with you, he got gunned down in the streets here, and I got this off the corpse, but I was gonna resell it. It's clean. I cleaned it out. It's beautiful piece of work.
I don't know. A lot of these things you're selling me have a lot of bad stories attached to them. Somebody didn't pick it up. You got somebody that's come off a dead guy. I'm just saying there better be a pretty attractive price attached to this.
Oh, sure. I mean, I'm not selling too much these days, but, you know, winter being what it is, I give you a great price. $15 for the bunch of it.
I'll do 12.
About 12, 14.
$12.50. I'm not gonna go a penny higher.
Yeah, you drive a hard bargain, Mr. Rex, but absolutely. All right, here you go, $12.50. We'll exchange here.
All right, I'll take a look at the weird flask. Is it bad taste to buy something for somebody with their own money? You know, I don't care. And I go and wrap it up and head back out.
Okay. You gonna deliver your Christmas presents?
I thought it might be better to hold them until the morning to show what a great town this is.
Wow, the whole time it was manipulation.
But you know
And
what?
you get to wake up to Christmas.
It's gonna work.
And Santa Rex.
Christmas
Spoilers.
time.
I don't have a dress
Gonna
right
work.
now, so
Yeah, I'm gonna pack them up, and you know, if anybody sees me, be like, oh, well, I'm sure we'll need it later, and just kind of like put it with our regular supplies so nobody suspects anything, and then I'll bring it out in the morning, try and lay it like outside of their door or something.
The next morning, you all wake up to early because you know you'd said you were going to leave, and you go to head downstairs, and there's a little package outside your door, and you each open it up and find the previously described things. But Maybell, you open the apron, and Mags, you open the dress.
I don't think we did this right.
No, I don't think they did it right, but we can make it right, and I just swap with you. Yeah.
I'll make it a point to do something a little fancier with my hair, maybe braid it a little bit and wear my new dress. Still a little confused about where it came from, but it was a nice gesture, so we're gonna roll with it. I'll go and knock on Dallas's door.
Hey, good morning.
I don't suppose you're to blame for all these gifts.
You know, I thought I heard like a couple of sleigh bells last night. I mean, you don't think maybe? I mean, that's just, we've seen a lot of crazy stuff. I guess it's possible.
Well, you can thank Santa for me, because he brought me exactly what I needed.
I'll let him know next time I see him.
Could you pass on something else for me, too?
What's that?
And I'm gonna kiss him. And then
I don't
before
know
he
if
has
you-
the chance to say anything, I'm gonna run and scamper back to my room.
Was anybody else out there to witness this?
Well, it took you long enough.
I don't think Santa would appreciate me passing that one on. I'll
You
hold
don't know.
on to
You
it.
know what he likes.
I was gonna say, I think Santa would appreciate
Well,
that.
Mrs. Claus might not, but
You don't know what they're into. Stop judging people.
Look,
That's
dude's
fair.
been around for a long
Don't
time.
king shame. You gotta spice it up.
Been to every country, you know.
Yeah.
He's tasted a lot of milk and cookies, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh,
well, that's been a
I'm
fun
gonna hold
night,
on to
guys.
that.
Wow.
That was good. That was real good.
Oh, why
so,
do people let me talk?
First off, because of this wonderful gesture that Sheriff Rex here did, you all get 1d10 worth of sanity back, as you all have this
Presents
little
make
bit
me
of
sane.
this little Christmas endeavor here, and it reminds you all that maybe life isn't so terrible, even with all the shit you've seen recently.
Wait, does that include me?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Giving makes you feel good.
I didn't think I got. Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah, you did something for other people, and you may have known Mags and Maybell for a little bit longer, living in the same town, but you haven't known Ulrich that long. But you all have had a rather intense meeting and couple of months here. So a friendship born in fire, if you will, quite literally. So giving to the
You're
people that you care about helps you regain that sanity a little
The
bit.
real gift were the friends we made along the way.
The friends we made along the way. So with that, are you all staying or are you going?
Belly,
Yes.
how you feeling? I feel like if we were to hunker down here for a while and kind of wait out the winter, we'll have a better time.
You see that. Would it be a safe assumption that I have some kind of writing implement in a piece of paper or a notebook or something? Okay.
Yeah.
Mags, I don't know how closely you were watching the night before or this morning, but Mabel has started sort of sketching out the town itself from what she knows, and you can see she's marked where people told us they saw sightings of the weird winter creatures. I think we have a little work here to do before we can leave.
I'm right there with you.
How do you think we're going to convince the boys?
Oh, I think I don't know that they'll take that much convincing. And if anyone can do it, you can.
Oh, I don't know. I can't shoot a gun. I'm sure that they're the ones who are worried about it.
I don't know, Belly. You got that twinkle in your eye this morning. That just
I don't know
means
what
you.
you're talking about. Nothing's different.
That's the tone of voice you use when everything's different.
I just had a real good night's rest. She's bright red.
Let's go ask them.
You
It'd be
know,
hard
I
cut
have,
to Ulrich going,
I have
no.
some notes to complete.
No, come on. And I just grab her. I just grab her wrist and I pull her out and go over to wake up the boys. Or are y'all downstairs? Or
If there's
Eating
food
breakfast.
downstairs. Yeah, if there's food downstairs.
yeah,
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
come down. I'll bring her down to you. I'm like,
Yeah.
boys,
Pretty
Belly's-
good breakfast. You got coffee and eggs and bacon.
Good
All of it.
morning.
All of it.
Belly's got a question.
I think we have a question, Mags. I think that we collectively as a group thought maybe we should stay a little longer.
What do you think?
My decision to wait out the winter.
We can help the town.
I don't give a shit about that.
All right. Well, we're here. We might as well try.
Well, why don't we, maybe we give it a few days to see how we're feeling, and maybe we can find some leads to help the town at the same time.
Of course, well, whatever you say, Dallas. I think that's a great idea. So I'm gonna go upstairs and work on my notes for a little while. I'll be back, and I'll just kind of like turn tail and again.
Really good
retreat.
breakfast.
Dress looks nice.
She okay? She have a fever? She's all red.
She's great.
Well, I'm going to stare into my coffee and slowly drink it for the next hour. I'm tired.
So we're saying.
All right, we can find out next week if you all solve any problems here in this here town. But for the time being, you take a couple nights. You get drinks every night. Start getting some good meals. Starting to get to know the townsfolk here, and as many hot baths as you would like. And you all get 2d10 more sanity.
Sweet.
Generous.
Shit. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Roll a 9
I'm
every
back up at
time.
100.
What?
You had 100 sanity at some point?
Oh, well, I'm at... Can you not go past whatever you had initially rolled? Because I don't remember what the fuck that was.
Yeah, I don't remember my initial roll, but I'm close to 100 now.
I'm at 100 now.
Not to tempt you there, storyteller, but I'm feeling nice and sane.
How about
Excellent.
luck instead?
And I
How about
will...
luck instead?
I will make a note that, unfortunately, Ulrich is taking no attempt to get to know anybody In fact, he doesn't even know the bartender's name, and he's there all day. So over these time skip couple of days, he's becoming kind of a problem.
Ulrich's on a bender.
So we can
Oh,
come back to
boy.
that
Oh boy.
in our next episode.
Lovely. That's wonderful. We will definitely explore that when we return next week. And yes, I did say next week. So we are going to we're going to go on to a 3-on-1 off schedule for the time being. We are almost ready to wrap up this season, and then we're going to see how things alter from there. But we've got 2 more episodes in this whole story arc, so we're actually gonna wrap it up in the next 2 episodes. So, with that in mind, let's do some outros here. So, Mags, where can folks find you?
Hi, folks. I'm Emily. I am commonly known as the Special Friend. So you can find me at www.thespecialfriend.com.
Don't
Don't go
look.
there.
I'm looking that up right now.
Don't go there. Don't go there. You can find me on all the
It's not a
socials.
thing.
It's not a thing. I'm gonna buy it.
Yeah, buy it. The URL's open.
That's my subsidiary of Bard and Barbarian. It's like the Special Friend. You can find me on the socials at Emily the Spoon. Check me out.
Do you have anything going on right now?
Do I have anything going on right now? I got a new puppy. She's sleeping on the couch.
Yeah.
That's pretty exciting.
Yeah, no other big announcements to make at the moment though.
Okay. Next up, Mr. Ulrich Wolf. How did Fancy's Frolics go last night? Fables.
Fancy's Fables. We did miss an episode last night. I was really, really, really not feeling well. I had to get a couple shots, got some blood drawn. Long story.
What?
But yeah, so we skipped last night, but we'll be back next week. And if there's anything you missed, please head on over to YouTube. That's Fancy's Frolics. You can also find the link on my page. I just typed in chat, so that's me, Fancy with an IE. Yes, we also do roleplay stuff, focused more in the fantasy realm of D&D, and I also do 3D sculpting or digital sculpting. So if you're interested in those things, come on by, say hi. I love to see new people in the chat, and you can just stop by, say you like my mustache, and disappear. I take that too. So.
And Sheriff Dallas Rex, our neighborhood formerly known as Sheriff, where can folks find you and what you got going on?
Yeah, so you can find me at Mason Dula, that's MASONDULA, on Twitter and stuff. Very soon we're going to be launching our new stuff, but I don't want to say too much about it yet because I don't like giving dates and stuff. But I think I'll have a Call of Cthulhu campaign going early July. So I'm really excited about that, and that's going to be a lot of fun.
Fun.
Yeah, and you're going to see a lot of familiar faces, and it'll be a good time. So.
And last but not least, Ms. Diana.
Yeah, so I'm Diana. We have all of our stuff like usual on this channel Tuesdays and Thursdays, both at 10 a.m. Eastern, as well as some point in the evening. We sit down and either talk about RPGs or play one. Next Friday, I'll be participating in the World of Darkness Elysium event that's happening. I'm going to be doing a panel about how to best use Roll20 as a storyteller. And then we're going to be doing the premiere episode of The Nightlife, a Vampire the Masquerade campaign set in Miami.
Exciting stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I have been your storyteller for the evening, your keeper. And you can find me on all the socials as Stashmandu. Give all these wonderful folks a follow. That's an easy way that you can support the creators that you watch and enjoy. Find them on their socials. Find them on their YouTubes in particular, giving follows there, liking the videos. You don't have to watch them. If you give a like, it really helps with all of that stuff. But liking it or watching it does help more. So if you got a few minutes to catch up on some stories, that's a great place to do it. We really appreciate you all stopping by. And did we want to talk about the mug?
Oh yeah, real quick.
Real quick,
So
real quick.
We're not going to launch it tonight. We wanted to wait until it wasn't, the finale of Critical Role. So we finally got, let me know if you guys can see that, our Gatlin Horse mugs in.
Nice.
On the back. Tits,
That
guns,
looks
and
good.
dynamite.
Yeah.
So those are going to be going up in the store next week, along with a t-shirt pre-order for the Iron Dust and Blood t-shirts.
and each one of the cast members will be getting one of those cups as well, and then we will have a limited available for purchase through our store. And then the t-shirts, the sale of the t-shirts, all the proceeds from that will be going directly to the cast.
Yeah.
So once we get those up and running, we'll have some
So join the
mock-ups done
Discord.
here
We'll
soon.
Post it all there.
Yeah.
We're going to kick it over to Simon, who is also playing some kind of tabletop RPG tonight. I want to say it's Cyberpunk, but I never want to assume. We'll see you guys later. Thanks so
everyone.
much.
Thank you guys for stopping by. We'll see you next week.